going to take you to Christina so you can spend the weekend with Gidget, because we're going to go bye-bye. Oh, I kind of miss you already. I do. Anyway, so Renee and I already packed up. Lucas is finishing up. We're just going to take this little bitty thing for the both of us. It has everything. So we're going to leave in about an hour. Yay! Here we are in LAX, going to the rental car. There's the guy with the fashion statement going on. I swear I tried so hard to get him not to wear plaid on plaid. It's just so sad, but he took off his socks, so that's good. Oh my God. Oh well. Okay, here we are at the Custom Hotel. We're not going to my... Okay, fine. Shy. We decided not to go to my sister's house in Topanga because it's like an hour away and the traffic is terrible, so probably 2 hours away. So anyway, I'm going to see if some peeps want to come down and join us at the bar or someplace. I don't know. We'll find out.
Cafe.
Okay, up to floor 7. Hello, travel-weary person. Okay, a little pit stop. After having coffee, we need gum.
Enter the number of bags you wish to purchase.
No, put 0.
Oh my God.
I don't think we need any. No, we do not need bags.
Otherwise, slide your card.
And then we're going to go for a walk. Walk off our breakfast. Ooh, Starbucks. Anyway, we just got through meeting Jamie and Amy, right?
Jamie and Amy?
They just came in.
Amy.
Amy. That's right. So they looked really happy. They had a private channeling event starting Thursday, and it was in a hotel room. So they were all in their jammies. So cute. Because I have to have my focus on the pretty boy while I'm talking. Okay. I can do this, but I might scare everybody. Oh, okay. Let me do this. There's who I'm traveling with. I'm outnumbered. Way too much testosterone on this trip. Okay, this is a temporary spot. Jamie was not happy with it. Hello, people. So we're moving. Jamie is thrilled, aren't you, Jamie?
Yes.
Sure. So anyway, yeah, she wasn't happy. Listen to that noise. Look at this. Look at it. You know? Poor Jamie flipped out about the energy of this place. And then here's the delivery gate. I just got through signing off on a big old pallet of toilet paper that they rolled through the gates. Just kidding. All right, I'll film the new space when we move. All right, here. I think this is a little bit better. Huh? Yeah? Got it going on here. No coffee yet. That's terrible. And here's some stuff. People can buy the e-board or this awesome chakra thingamajigger. Hey, you! How are you doing? You're part of the vlog.
How are you?
Been a while.
You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you very much.
I was going to tell you, I love your hair.
Oh, I discovered I can keratin my own hair. Oh, I wasn't recording.
Hey, Amy, you want to figure this one out? Hey, Amy, sure. He'll move around me. So Eric and I sat down and talked about what would be helpful for people, and basing it on a lot of feedback that we get, or even in sessions, questions that people ask. It's mostly about how do we deal with the grief and the loss. Eric always likes to do the quotations around loss because we're really not losing anybody. We're transitioning. We're not separate from them. We need to create a new relationship with them, but it's definitely not like the ones we're used to. Hi.
Hello. You're not camera shy, are you? You better not be. I hope not.
That'll be first. So he came up with ways of how to honor the dead. And if you know Eric, and I think you're here because you do, you know his language and his style of speaking. So I'm going to do this at the beginning. I will personally apologize for his language and brassness. and I will do my best to roll with it from here on out. But if I cringe, that's just because that's my own hang up. I wouldn't say it that way, but he does. And you can just quietly laugh and go, she just needs to get over it now. It's been, 4 years? And I still go, ugh. Say that out loud. I love handouts. I call it toilet reading, right? Because if you're like me, the major time that you really get to look at something is that private time in the bathroom. So here's your toilet reading. Most of everything I'm going to say to you today is on here. If it's not, I'll highlight that so you can take notes. If you're a visual person, please do take notes over every soapbox. How miserable it is to meditate because nothing fucking comes through. We can't get anything. But then if I slow down and I ask them, okay, what did it feel like to you? Well, first it was frustrating, and then I kind of got calm. Like, really, did calm look like anything, or did it show up in a certain spot? Well, yeah, it was like green, but it was like watery, but not blue, but green. And then all of a sudden it started to mean something to them. But they were so damn focused on a certain outcome because somebody else had done it, that they wanted to do it too, that they totally relinquished all the experiences that they had in that moment and just signed up for. Didn't work. So today, hopefully, we're going to get across some of those little bridges that you can say, yeah, you're doing it. It's just extremely different than the person next to you, which it should be. Because if it's exactly the same, either you're really great at telepathic skills, so we'll step back and bow to you and not think about dirty thoughts because you can read them. Or they'll just say, you're taking on what the other person's doing. It's not really yours. So we're going to get you to stand alone, but feel like you're part of the whole, which I was frustrated on one of my posts and saying, why isn't there a word for this? And somebody emailed me and said there is. It's called Holon. Holon. One of my coolest, newest, favorite words. Safe. I just marked down my whole shirt as I did that shit.
Oh no.
Hold on. It means you're a part in and of itself, but you're a part of whole. So it's having both exist at the same time, but we're taught that it's contradicting beliefs so that could never happen. So it's nice to have a word for that. So we can finally say, yes, we're an individual, we're going to have a different experience than everybody else around us, but we're still a part of the whole, we're not separate at all. So hold on as we have this experience. I've been waiting to do that.
Oh no.
That was good.
It was pretty good.
When Erik started talking about the grieving and understanding loss, we got into a cultural understanding. A lot of other cultures, and we have different nationalities here today, have different ways of honoring the deceased or honoring the dead. And they actually show up in wonderful holidays. Here in the States, in America, we kind of shun away from this. Death is not wanted. It's not an achievement that we all get proud of. Yay, he died. Yes, he did it. And applaud. We just kind of go, I don't know how to handle that death. And so we shut down a little bit. We'll go to the root words of, I'm sorry for your loss. But you're really not a sorry person, and you know they didn't lose anyone, but we're trained to say it that way, so I'm sorry for your loss. And the other person goes, okay, you didn't make me feel better, but I'm happy you're sorry? And we just politely do the thing that we're taught, that everything is fine and it's okay. So the holidays that we have here is maybe Memorial Day or even Halloween. That's kind of funny to think of it that way, but that's where it derives from. But now Halloween just simply means candy and costumes. Ghoulish costumes or sexy costumes. Erik puts them in 2 categories only. And there's not a lot of ways that we even celebrate death when it comes around funerals. You know, a lot of times people don't want to identify that this loss has happened, so they shut down. Some families now don't even have funerals. They just go ahead and they cremate them, they say their piece, and they put them down. And it leaves an action left undone for us. And there's also a very big belief that if you haven't made your peace with that person before they've passed, like face to face. I'm so sorry for the stuff I've done. Please forgive me. That you feel better. We don't need that. We don't need the face-to-face communication because we are part of the whole. Even when we leave this place, we can have this rest. Do you want to write it down, Amy? Yeah.
You want me to be
Hey, Vanna. He said you were so beautiful, a plane took off in your honor.
I still haven't cracked my pants yet, which is a victory for today. So.
Oh, Jesus.
Thank you.
He's so wrong in so many ways, Lisa.
I know. Where do you think he got that?
That's so funny to me. Okay,
I know, it's
thought. Intuition and imagination. The thing all three of them have in common, Erik says, is your brain. So we can all agree to that right now, right? Like we don't need to have discussion. It's good. He's so going home with you. Jesse.
What's going on with me, Erik?
Erik, we'll talk at lunch. Is that okay? It's not to waste time with everybody else.
Oh, come on.
Oh, man.
A little bit later.
Okay.
Later. So these three, they all have in common the brain. And how our brain works is not how we're taught. We're kind of thought of it as an organ that creates its own information and stores it, categorizes it, right? We have neurons, neutrons, protons, all these things that fire off, and they're all generated by the lovely you. That's what you were taught, right? Fucking bullshit. Just imagine that, please. We'll say, it's not how it works. Think of it like this, just for a second. And he said, if your head's spinning, just think like we're in kindergarten class and we're describing something colorful for a second. We're going to go into creative mode. He said, imagine if your brain is actually some form of an antenna. You got that concept, right? When you used to have the old radio stations with the antenna and you turn the dial and it would pick up certain songs and static and interviews. He said, okay, so your brain is an antenna. And all these thoughts that you have running through your head, they're picked up from your environment. So your brain is an incredible, intuitive, toot toot, and one for good measure. It's picking up everything energetically around you, everything that's intuitive. Imagine that. So these inner thoughts that are running through, they're always thinking, right? They're always behind you, telling you something, trying to guide you. And most of the time you don't like the thoughts. You're like, well, that's really mean. I liked my hair, but now your inside of your head is like, your hair fucking sucks. Why isn't it longer? Why isn't it like this? Why isn't it like, traditionally we're taught we create those thoughts. But what if it's a possibility that we're picking up those thoughts from what was energetically left behind maybe the week before you got your hair cut or dyed or tended to that need that you had before? What if you entered into a room and you felt fine and you had beautiful thoughts and all of a sudden you began to have these very horrific thoughts, wanting to die, needing, just go really dark for a second, having those thoughts, and it's not you, but you can't shake it. And he goes, this is because your brain is an antenna. I had an experience, this is Jamie talking. I've never shared this experience because it's spooky. My 10-year anniversary 3 years ago was supposed to be phenomenal. We don't take vacations together because we have kids and we love our kids, and we had this concept that we have kids, we'll travel, and we left them behind. It was the second time in 10 years. That's how much we do that. So super special, went to the Keys, had a great time in Key West, and then stayed at this other hotel randomly as we were kind of driving through. We got there, I immediately looked at my husband and I was just like, ugh. I was like, why didn't, I need to shower. I was like, I don't know about you. So I got in the shower and he's out there brushing his teeth, brushing his teeth, and brushing his teeth. And I'm hearing him brushing his teeth. I'm like, why are you brushing your teeth? And I'm like, Rui, what are you doing? Rui, no response. I'm like, he's such a dick. And he's not even responding. So I whip the curtain back. I'm by myself. Nobody's in there. And I was like, so I pulled it back and I was like, okay, did I really hear it? So I calmed down a minute and I was like, maybe it was, you start making excuses. So I stood in the shower a little bit and I heard it again. The water running and everything. I was like, ripped it open to lay into him, right? I don't know why. I just felt like I had to, and he's not in there. I was like, oh my God, I got out of the shower and I was like, what are you even doing? I was so angry at him for no reason. He was like, fine, I'm just going to go out to the balcony. And there were these bar stools up by a counter and a big sliding glass door. So I sat on the bed and I huffed and I was like, some fucking complaining because I'm good at that. But I felt horrible. I wanted to push, I wanted to hit, and I'm not naturally wired like this. And I couldn't figure out why. And he came back in from outside and fell over the bar stools. We don't know how both of the bar stools at the kitchen counter were moved in front of the, I didn't see them move, but he whipped open and stepped out into the bar stools. He fell, he sprained his ankle, he tore up some stuff. And he looked at me like I was the wicked witch that had quietly moved the bar stools while he was out there. And he was like, what are you doing? I was like, I didn't touch the bar stools. Dick, bitch, dick. I was like, we gotta get out of here. And we went and had dinner. We didn't even speak on our anniversary day. That was our anniversary day. Didn't speak through the dinner. Got home, slept, didn't touch each other. We hated each other. We got in the car, packed up our stuff to leave, got not even half a mile down the road, and he pulled over and he goes, what was that? I go, I don't know. And I started to cry. I was like, I love you so much. That place was fucking horrible and haunted. And sure enough, we did some history. Not a pretty place. I don't recommend staying. I can't even remember the name of it. A couple had decided to take their own lives there and by height, and it was horrible. So we had an experience where it was slightly being haunted because some things were moving and sounds were happening, but what we were feeling for each other was not real. We were processing leftover energy from whatever was occurring, and it shifted the way that we thought, the way that we felt, and the way that we moved through the space. And so you have to wonder, how is that? Because my spidey senses weren't on. I didn't go in there and go, oh yes, this is going to be a great haunted honeymoon, honey. There'll be 4 of us tonight in bed. There was no eye-opening, ghost-like experience. It was a common, evenly lit place, really average nice, but you processed it. And if we weren't wise enough halfway down the road, half a mile down the road to recognize it, we would have carried that for weeks. I mean weeks. We don't blow up at each other. It was awkward and uneasy. I won't tell you what we did a mile down the road. We made up for it. But your brain is capable of that processing of thoughts. So where do we figure out how intuitive are we really? How big is that antenna? And what is really yours? What's your thought? What's your intuition? And what's your imagination?
Okay, lunchtime. You hungry? Sort of. Not really, actually. All right, let's check out. See what we got going on here for lunch. How many people are here? Wow. Hey. Nice. Oh, that's cozy. All sorts of sandwiches. Looks good.
we hold our pee like an extra 15 minutes because it's not time to take a break, or you want to finish the phone call, or you're starving but you choose to skip the meal because you're going to make so much more progress at work at this time frame because so-and-so is coming in. So where are we going to draw the line and start paying attention to what our personal needs are, our physical needs, and our energetic needs? There's sometimes where you get really tired, or you feel very quiet, but you're in circumstances that say, I'm sorry, you can't sleep right now, and you need to be talking. So there you are, sacrificing what you need to follow through. So when we get into meditate, you're filming again.
Yes.
When you get into meditating, we can allow ourselves to start paying attention to those tiny little needs that we have, physically and energetically. And what this meditation world is going to turn into is something that you love so much you want to do it as often as you can. Because it's not just the escape from the human life. It's not just the place where you get to reunite with your loved ones and guides and entities and people that you've never met before and learn how to build a house or sew something. My grandma might die within 5 years, that if you need to learn to sew something, you can ask her. If you're ever watching that, Grandma, I'm so sorry.
I'm going to send the link to her.
She's on Facebook.
Oh,
That's
no.
the scary thing.
Yeah, okay. Well,
She's insane on social media. ML Jones, you can look her up. So, when we look at setting our needs based against what we need energetically instead of what the world needs of us, life begins to open up. When we look at the American schedule, how many days a week do you work? Traditionally, right, 5. And you have work hours, right? Maybe from 9 to 5, 8 to 6, some people 8 to 7. Some people work the night shift, but you have a block time frame, right? A few of us actually have our own schedules because we run our own businesses, and then we just go crazy and we work 24 hours a day. Mm-hmm. So not really a time block, it's just on. Okay, when we have those time blocks, there's expectations. You're supposed to get something together, you're supposed to achieve it, and you're supposed to put it away, and then you're supposed to go home and unplug and relax and chill out. But this doesn't work for energetically sensitive people like you. The equation doesn't work. But we're not given any other examples, and so we tend to use it even though it's broken. So okay, we have to keep our time frame of work. Okay, we'll grant that. Our boss won't like it when we're like, no dude, totally not feeling it right now, gotta go. You're fired. Thank you. But now I can go to sleep. That's not gonna work. But if we look at energetically, in your mind, who are you in the morning? Who do you like to be in the morning? Are you grumpy girl? Are you happy guy? Are you the guy that your wife is like, please shut up? Well, not yet, babe. And you already act like you've had 4 cups of coffee, like after your eyes have opened, you're like, it's a beautiful day. No, it's not. Are you inventive in the morning? Are you creative? Or are you thoughtful? Do you plan things? Is that your moment to like put it all together? So look at what or who you are in the morning hours, and then let's move into afternoon. Who are you in the afternoon? Are you lazy person? Are you nappy person? Are you starvy person? Are you social person where you want to make all your phone calls then because it's after lunch and you're like your belly's full and you're like, hey man, what's up? No, I need to talk to you about the contract. Da, 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 da. And then let's go to evening. Who are you in the evening? Are you calm and quiet? You don't really want to talk to anybody? Or is that when you become alive? Where you're like, after you have dinner, you're like, okay, so it's 9 p.m., you ready to go out? Or wait. In the Latin world, right? Colombia, Argentina, Brazil, it's 11 p.m., you ready to go out? It's like super late. So who are you in these 3 moments? Now, in a daily schedule, you're asked to be all 3 different modes all the time, right? Every day, up and down, put it away, put it back up, make it happen, put it away. And it gets tiring for energetically sensitive people. We get overwhelmed. And we often feel like we failed in some way, that we can't achieve everything that's being expected of us. So let's take how we were kind of talking about before when we were imagining that the brain is an antenna. I thought he was going to let that go. He's just making up some random number for the airplane now. We're like totally in the 30s already. Remember how we challenge you to think outside the box, that the brain is an antenna, that you're not actually creating every single thought that's coming in. Okay, so let's change that, and now let's say, what if your daily schedule, what was taught to you of how you should perform and how you should be, was all a fucking scam? It was a total scam to get you to work more so that bosses could have better pay, so that the nutritional and drug community could have you on a schedule and predict what your needs would be and start telling you what they were instead of what you actually were needing? What if we were to say, and that science can now prove, that the human body works much better on a weekly schedule than on a daily schedule? And we watch toddlers when they eat. Now the pediatrician is like, well, Mom, did they eat meat 3 days ago? They're going to be all right. And then the kid likes the vegetables the next day and the fruit for the next 2 days, and then maybe the grains for a little while. Pediatricians are starting to say, all right, well, they're still getting all their nutrition because we're going to look at it in a weekly thing. But when they get the adult in the room, they go, well, what are you eating every day? Okay, that's wrong, you're going to have more of this, more of that, less of that. And they're telling you that there's a daily value and not a weekly value. When scientists started looking at sleep habits, it wasn't a nightly habit that they were focused on. Can you guess what the habit was? Weekly. So it's accumulative from what you have in a 5 to 7 day period and not what you can do in a 1. So all of a sudden we're recognizing that our body has cues that aren't daily. Even though the sun goes up and the sun goes down, that's not a timer for us to cram in certain things within that time frame.
Yeah, it's California, all right. Here we are, Manhattan Beach, or getting there. Manifest Destiny, there's the Pacific Ocean. And yeah, we're gonna find a little place to maybe add hors d'oeuvres or something to drink. We almost had a catastrophe. The hotel double booked the event, the room for our trance channeling event. So anyway, but we're gonna have it in the employees' break room instead. So it all worked out. We get employee benefits too, I'm sure. We're gonna find a little restaurant to chill at, and that'd be so. We're on the waiting list at the Strand for eating outdoors. So we're gonna go bar hopping, I guess. So we're gonna go to Bruco, see if we can find something. And they're gonna text us when the outdoors open here. I don't know. Tammy's checking it out. I'm not much of a beer drinker, so I don't know. Calamari. Thank you. Fish tacos, chicken quesadilla, coconut shrimp, and lettuce wrap. Appetizer.
These are really good.
Do you want some of these tacos?
I'll pull over every day and drive to work.
Photo op. Sun setting, baby. Pretty. So, we're not going to go to the Strand House. They haven't texted us yet. But, what?
Yeah, is that, which one is it?
I'm gonna try the Be Wise.
Be Wise?
The Be Wise?
Just for fun.
I'll get another.
They're about Charlie? Yeah.
Yoga socks, I love them. I didn't want to be barefoot in here. It's kind of gross. Hi, my name's Jamie. Thank you for sharing. I'm not getting fully undressed, just a little.
Not yet.
No. Okay. If you've never seen a channeling before, and this is your first time, and you are, we'll address some of the noise issues, and you are clairvoyant, you're practicing your sight, look to the right side. This is my right side for the dyslexic people. Yay! Look between my shoulder and my ear, and you might see some light movement, some changes that are happening. I tend to lead that way, and Eric will be coming in that way. So So what happens for me is I leave my body. Sounds a little sci-fi, and Erik comes in and uses it. So what you're hearing tonight, I won't remember. Afterwards, if you want to come up to me and go, oh my God, when Erik said da-da-da-da, I'll just politely look at you and smile, yay. I'll probably hug you because I won't know what else to do. And then we'll be like, yeah, peace out, and I'll just zone for a little bit. Other than that, if you do have cell phones, go ahead and turn them on mute. If you do need to take a phone call, you can just step out into the hallway and take it. I always like to say this is not a sit still, be still contest. If you feel like your wine is running low and you have to have more, it's that way. So that means you have to get up and go get it. It'll be fine. Erik will harass you probably every step of the way, but it's worth it for a glass of wine. Can everybody hear okay now? He's a little bit louder, I think, than I am. You having a hard time? Is the door still open?
Yeah. No, it's closed.
It is closed all the way? Is there any...
There's two, I mean, if somebody wants to bring their signs up right here, as long as we're not blocking this, you can't hear.
Is there any way to ask Aiden if there's a chance to...
There are, but
And we make them aware that when they open and close the door, it sounds like very loud. Is there anything I'm missing? You've heard this several times, right? I'm good. I get nervous. My heart rate. Okay. I will see you later. Check out this side and have a great evening.
Look at the side.
You got it?
Watch,
Okay.
watch.
Sorry. Mom.
Yes.
Are you gonna feel the No, part of it. Feel my hug. That wasn't gonna work. What? Oh, I'm not supposed to touch him.
Stand up. Thank you.
You spelled his name.
Oh, here we go again.
You know you love me. You just say it. Just say it to everybody.
I love you.
No, say it louder for everybody to hear.
Love you,
Who do you love?
Erik.
You love me. What was it, the first F-bomb?
yeah.
Fucking A, everybody!
All right.
Oh, it's these pants again? They like come up to here and you see them? Look at them. They're like high water. It's weird. Something's going on back there. Hi. Oh, don't act like you're going to be fucking quiet all night. We know that's not going to happen. But where to begin? At the beginning. Here we go. Here to the game. Oh, you won the car. No, you didn't. You just won my hug.
Thank you.
Wait. You want this? You're welcome.
What the hell? Is she hard of hearing?
It's so bad. Isn't that it? That's not taking shit, right? How do you say you are a shit? Can I hug you? She's better hug you.
Baby.
I'm going home with somebody. Nobody hugs enough.
There's a good Lori hug right there.
Holy shit. Show. How's it going? Are you sure you're here? Look at you. It was like your first time. She's a virgin. Not anymore. Can I step on that? She's gonna be pissed I'm walking in her
Let's do it.
socks. Is that right? Mama. Ooh, you're soft. Lucas, take notes. Oh. I should probably stop that. What's up? Dude, everybody is here. Everybody is gonna give you healing. Everybody should start down here first. Oh, no, I come to you. Wait.
A lot of people to hug.
Close. Everybody needs a nickname. So I normally take some time and talk. But I kind of feel like the hugs opened it up just fine. There's so many things about life that I miss. So I kind of wanted to open it up for a short, like 7 minutes in heaven kind of thing, because I am heaven. If you didn't know that already. And I'm gonna open it up to ask questions about the beyond and anything you have like that.
Thank you, Eric.
You're welcome. So anything that you can think of about the other side that you want to talk about, let's talk about it right now. So, do you have a question that you're curious about that you want to know? Hey,
I have a question.
go ahead.
When we look at you and Jamie, your eyes are closed. So, yeah. How do you see us? Do you see us as light bodies or do you see us as human?
No. It's more like energy. So I can see the energy of the bar and the corners of it. I can see where the floor is. And I can see that you're a person, you're a person, you're a person, you're a person. But it doesn't look like you're male or female or anything. It just looks like your energy, like thumbprint, your fingerprint. That didn't come out too well. Which part? Is that all right?
Perfect.
So when you close your eyes and you start changing your vibrational level, let's say you're just chilling out like a church or something, that's probably not a good place to close your eyes. But in a classroom, that's probably, I don't know, wherever you can close your eyes. And so you take a good look at what's around you, kind of center yourself, close your eyes, and then begin to look at it through your eyelids and see all the energy imprints. And that's how you can get used to it. There's also an outer body technique that you can do that that you can use that, where when you're calm, anybody ever had this shit where you're in your body, you're really calm, but all of a sudden you can't move. It's like being really paralyzed. And there's like a slight alarm, like a panic that goes off, oh fuck, you know, and you get engaged maybe with the one finger trick, dun 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 dun, you're like, okay, I can move this, or the one, you know, the toe, all right, I'm gonna be fine. But this is sometimes when you catch yourself of being out of your body, and you consciously wake up, but your soul still hasn't transitioned in it, so you're kind of like on manual when it comes to maneuvering your body. That's why you feel paralyzed, and you've got that one single focus. And you can hang on that, and then you can come to. But you can learn how to get out of it through outer body practices. And in doing that, you can see the room around you as well, and energy. It's really fucking cool.
So
Anything else?
Eric, I have a question. So, time is linear on planet Earth, but it's like described as stacked. You described it as like all stacked on top of each other before. How do you know to get here at this day and time for this session? And if tomorrow on our time, could you come back to this session?
Yes, I can. And a week ago, I could come back to this session as well. So, how do I know how to be on time when there is no time?
Yeah.
First, you get high. Very important. And then we ask the question. No, it's so without time, it's hard to understand the concept of knowing where to be. But if you can imagine, you know where your bedroom is, and you know you want to get there, but it doesn't matter what time it is, because whenever you arrive, it's going to be the time it needs to be for you to be there. So it's an element that you have that you really base your life off of, whereas when you get here, you're unrooted from that concept. Time is choice. It's not so much a linear destination where you feel like this moment is being born and that moment is dying. So with the choice, you tap into what's being manifested, created by all the free will, by the design of everybody who's here, and then we make that happen. And I show up. I don't have a phone. I don't even have one mirror. I thought I did. That sets off an alarm or anything. I just have my mom. You better fucking be there. Honey. Anybody else?
I have questions. Do you experience other senses when you're in Jimmy's body? Like smell or taste?
Like boobs?
Hands off, buddy. Hands off.
I've already touched them. Why do you think I hugged everybody? Please just don't talk about that afterwards.
We won't. Mum's the word.
Besides that, yeah, it's a heaviness that's surprising. You feel very puppet-like. You're not used to thinking about breathing, right? Shh, don't say a word. You guys are thinking about breathing, right? Right. Yeah, that side's much better than that side. But you don't think about moving the finger and then the rest of the hand to reach out to grab something. You just innately do it. So when I'm here and I'm using Jamie's body, some of that I can bring back up and kind of get rid of. But there's some times where I just literally feel like I have to tell myself to breathe. Gasp, or move this finger, move this arm. I mean, it feels heavy, dense. I've experienced touch. That's essentially why I hugged. There's this amazing, there's not even a word for it, you know, when you hit something and you just kind of stop. And there's this resistance. And you know that you can just hold that person's hand, or you can just hug them, and you're not going to just merge right into them. And it's just this, they're there. They're tangible in a way that we don't have where I am. That's something that I miss. That's a personal thing for me. A lot of people don't end up missing that because the kind of touch that we have here is way fucking better than the kind of touch that you have here. And it's just different, really. So preference and taste. She has this fucked up taste in her mouth. It's like an old. I don't know. Somebody want to kiss me and you can take it. I was just asking. No takers? Yeah, it's like a cotton mouth, like a old, I don't know. It's weird. Like when she chews gum and I come in, you have the mint as well. I don't think she chewed anything. You can find out. All right. It's cool.
Let's ask Lucas.
I can't do that, Mom.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Hoping one of the ladies would when I step forward. That's good. Well. Any other questions?
I have a question about your higher self. What is it, and how do you, I guess, access it?
Higher self. What is it? Higher self is like the core. We kind of talked about it before sometimes on the blog, where if you have a wheel, like a bicycle wheel and all the spokes, the part in the middle that holds all the spokes, that's your higher self. And then all the spokes are the lives that you've chosen to live. And then the wheel on the outside is all the experiences and everything that connect them together. The deja vu, the sensation that you've done this before, all the connections to all the lives. And then higher self can kind of tap into all the lives. So it's not like you've got this life and then 1490, you have this other life going, and 1490 has a higher self, and 2015 has a higher self. No, higher self is the same for 1490 and 2015 do. It's just the same. It all spins from this. So you can imagine when you begin to communicate to the core self or higher self, I think they just call it higher self because the dimensional planes are different than this one. This one's more dense. You know, when you think in terms of higher, it's not really meant to be better than what you are right now, but it is something that's in a different dimensional plane. When you access higher self can then look at all the lives that you're living kind of simultaneously and help you work some shit out. That you can repair stuff, you can redo things. It's really fucking amazing healing tool. But we don't look at it like that, right? Because we don't believe that time is not linear. We don't believe yet that time is twisted and folded in on each other, so that when we access higher self, if we did any healing work or communication, we're like, oh, I so fucking get it now. That's insanely crazy. We don't believe that higher self can contact 1490 and go, psst, psst, in a dream, I've got some advice for you. You're fucking up. This is the new way to do shit. And 1490 goes, oh my God, I had this amazing dream. And it alters the way that 1490 behaves. Because we still see 1490 as already lived, gone, dead, buried, you know, millions of light years away from where we are. And it's not like that. Just to answer your question about higher self,
Yeah.
did you ask how to communicate?
Yeah. Got it.
Because that's a good question.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to answer that? How do you connect higher self? First of all, your belief system needs to allow you to connect higher self. So when you have a limiting belief system, you're totally fucking yourself. And that's an image, trust me. It's not a good one. It's not like a nice masturbation thing. It's like worse than that. So what happens is no pleasure comes from it. Anyways. So when we don't believe that
Just,
we can,
your mama's here. I just want to let you know, okay? Just to
dude,
remind
you
you.
gave approval like years ago.
I know. Okay, fine.
You encourage it.
I know. God save me.
You've
Shit.
seen the one we should be saving is Lucas.
Yeah, where is he?
At the bar.
Oh my God.
Lucas, come here.
Lucas, we need you. Your brother's calling.
Strolling. Me?
Lucas.
Why aren't you in here, Amy? What's wrong with you?
Eric was calling you.
Oh, whoops. I'm talking to,
He's getting a serious email?
Serious discussion. We're talking about all great things in the marriage.
All right. Don't forget to give him that.
Yeah, I just got a dog. And he has heart problems and back problems. And I just wanted to see, because you mentioned that sometimes they take on.
Yeah, they do.
I have a heart murmur, and he has 2 heart murmurs. But what's the back deal about?
Taking on too much. Are you giving him the shots in the back?
No, I'm giving him a pill. The shots are better.
Yeah. Shots are going to damage his digestive and his liver.
The pill is or the shots?
The pill won't. I mean, the pill will. The shots won't.
Okay.
Because he has to digest it all. It's better just to put it in the bloodstream.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Would it be great? Can we do a little bit of traction, maybe?
Hey, Lucas has a question about cat piss.
About what?
what?
Cat piss.
General question.
You should ask that first.
Oh, he wants me to ask. Okay, so we have a cat that just pisses on everything. Maybe more than one. We don't know. His cat has a little bladder stone. But how do we stop? You know, I mean, help.
Like I'm the fucking cat whisperer.
Yeah, you are now. Today you are.
But turmeric. Turmeric.
Turmeric?
We're fine, thanks. Real good. Turmeric will help to turn the inflammation down in the bladder. The bladder's inflamed as well. And then I would start doing the Bach remedies in the water. So when they were drinking the water, they calm down a little bit. But putting in more litter boxes just for a little while until this passes. You get those disposable ones, Mom.
Who is it? Who's the?
Little kitty.
No. Who's the one that's pissing everywhere?
Little kitty.
Bluebell, Little Kitty, or Ringo?
It's not Ringo.
I think
Little kitty.
Yep.
it's not Bluebell.
Well, it is Bluebell too.
Is it both of them?
But Bluebell doesn't have stones.
Yeah, but she's
I've literally seen Bluebell.
Bluebell pisses everywhere. I swear to
That's just
God.
out of spite and anger.
I know she's
Bluebell is messed up.
a bitch. I swear to God.
I also have another question. I had a session with Jamie a long time, like a year ago. She said I was in for a ride. What does that mean?
Do you like to go for a ride?
Yes. Depends. So.
You want to go for a ride?
What's that even mean?
What does it mean? It means that there's a lot of adventure.
See, he was supposed to be in the past life a psychic,
Oracle?
an oracle that was taken from his parents by the king because the king wanted him for his own personal, like soothsaying and such, and he's got talents and he is very gifted in that way. So, does it relate to that?
A little bit. So it's more about being human.
What do you mean?
Connecting to being human.
You want any
Because
clarification?
you're so good at connecting to everything that's beyond, and I think it's a little fearful for you, so you pull back on it. I'm not going to push you. But at the same time, you're trying to manage that and you're forgetting about being human. And so you're not taking care of your physical body, you're like fucking it up. So it's more right now about figuring out this human life, and then once that's done, the ride continues actually. It's not over. You start doing the crazy. Crazy is a good term, not a bad term.
What do you mean?
So there's this thing called good and bad. I know that's not what you asked. Crazy meaning that you're going to get more into understanding theories that science and quantum mechanics, string theory is throwing out and linking it to energy. linking it to that world. It's not really in your consciousness yet, so just toss it aside like it's recycled.
Okay.
I have a chronic sinus problems. I'll go to bed.
Talk to his brother. Good.
So cool, brothers. Touching each other.
I know.
No relation whatsoever. Nice to meet you.
Excuse me, sorry.
No problem.
Oh, weird.